I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive, kinda. Kinda. The Knicks Morning Drive. Salute, salute, salute to all my people rocking everywhere out there. Salute to everybody grinding. Sorry about being a little late. Later than normal. Just had some a conflict of scheduling, but y'all know my heart. Y'all know I want to be here. So yeah. DSJ is in the house. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the house. Wiz is in the house. What's good, Wiz? Man, salute to all of y'all, man. Yeah, man. Like DSJ says, welcome to the Knicks lunch break. How y'all doing out there, man? Salute to all my people. Coach is in the building. What's good, boss? It's good to see you, boss man. Yeah, man. The only thing I really had on my mind today, and I guess it's really important to me, but maybe not important to others, but it's really important to me. This Celtics versus Bucks game is super duper important to me, right? I'm going to throw the link in the chat real quick because we got the big boss man roundtable coming our way at 2:15. And so I'm going to put the link in the chat, man, for those that want to jump in and rock. This Boston Bucks game, this Boston versus Milwaukee game is very important to me. And it's not important to me in that I am a Boston fan, never that. Or that I am a Milwaukee fan, never, ever that. Right? I don't get caught up in their style of play or the star power they provide or any of that. I want to see the scheduled car crash, which is Celtics versus Bucks. And yes, I'm going to watch that game from beginning to end. Giannis is probably going to be out for the second straight game. But what I'd like to see is how the Milwaukee Bucks adapt to adversity. The reason why it's important to me is because if the Bucks win this game, it lets me know that they can handle adversity under Doc Rivers as a head coach. Traditionally, Milwaukee doesn't handle adversity well. Traditionally, they do not. Right? They just don't. Traditionally, they don't handle adversity well. If Giannis gets injured, they get knocked out of the first round of the playoffs. You know how I know that? There's proof. This Boston team doesn't handle challenges well. This Boston Celtics team doesn't handle challenges well. And you know how I know that? I hate to say that a team is fragile or soft, but this team over the years, this iteration of the Celtics, not the Paul Pierce Celtics, not the Larry Bird Celtics, but the Jason Tatum Celtics, traditionally are soft. Finesse. Anytime they face any adversity, they choke. And so, in my mind, it's entertaining from a Knicks fan because we get to scout our opponent. Right now, if you ask me, are we better than the Milwaukee Bucks? Absolutely. Are the Knicks better than the Cleveland Cavaliers? Absolutely. Are we coming from further back in the pack because of self-inflicted wounds, so to speak? Basically, did we dig ourselves in a hole? Yes. If the season started today, if the season restarted today, I think the Knicks are the number 2 seed in the East. Nipping on Boston's heels. Just Knicks is in the building. Boulevard 73 is in the building. Salute, y'all. The reason why this game is important to me is because I want to see what these two superior when they face adversity. Will Milwaukee just roll over without Giannis? I think they will. But if they don't, if they come out and give Boston a fight, will Boston fold? Is Boston a house of cards? Possibly. Possibly. Why is that entertaining to me? Why is it important to me? We want to scout our opponents. Hey, C-Mac is in the building. Salute to the troll of the y'all didn't know C-Mac is on the Mount Rushmore of trolls, right? Who's on the Mount Rushmore of trolls? Is it just DSJ and C-Mac? One of these days, I guess we owe it to the Knicks community to put together the Mount Rushmore of trolls. And we say that respectfully too, by the way. This is respect. This is us joking and kidding with each other, right? We say this respectfully. This is us showing love. This is us showing love to our brethren. C-Mac, you know how we feel about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? DSJ, you know how we feel about you, bro. Allah Wise is in the building. That man is saint. Salute to Allah Wise. in terms of the Boston game, getting back to that point, getting back to that point, what I want to do is let me check to see where this game is played because that'll be important too. If they're playing in Milwaukee, Boston may have their hands full. They're playing in Boston at 7:30. Okay. They're playing in Boston at 7:30, but guess who else played tonight? Cleveland plays Miami tonight at 7 o'clock. Oh, my. Wow. Okay. So we have two big games tonight. Oh, and Donovan Mitchell is out at least a week. Okay. All right. So Wilson Ding is in the building. All right. So you've heard the particulars, you've heard the details. Donovan Mitchell is out for at least a week for Cleveland. They play Miami tonight. Giannis is sidelined. With the information provided, how do you now feel about the Knicks maybe getting the 3 seed in the East, finally getting healthy? Establishing the details, Donovan Mitchell is out for a week with a nose injury. Giannis is missing his second straight game. And the Knicks, for the most part, are about to start getting healthy. The Cavs are 2 games ahead of the Knicks. Right? The Cavs are 2 games ahead of the Knicks. Now, don't rest on your laurels, Knicks, because Orlando is a half game back. Mets, good morning or good afternoon.
Salute, Freezy.
All right. So chat, how do you feel about knowing Donovan Mitchell is out for at least a week with a nose injury? Giannis is injured with a hamstring. The Knicks are 2 games back behind Cleveland, 3 games back behind Milwaukee, heading into this final stretch of 14 games. Is it possible the Knicks could secure the 3 seed and with eyes on the 2 seed? How you feel about that, Mets?
I don't know. I mean, how bad is the nose injury to Donovan? Ruptured? I mean, constant nosebleeds, fracture, break, did he shatter it? I mean, damage orbital bone? What?
I'm not for sure. I didn't read the details. I just know he's out 1 week. He's out 1 week of games with 14 left to go.
Well,
So he'll miss at least 3 out of those 14 games.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it is possible for Donovan to play those games if it's a simple nose injury. I mean, just put one of those masks you put over your face for an orbital bone injury, and he should be fully covered. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's not really the bigger injury. Between his and Giannis's injury, that's not really a significant amount of damage done to Cleveland, at least not in my mind. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand but he's out. The Cavs say he's out at least 1 week.
Okay.
So, however, the stuff that you just said, he may be doing that stuff when he returns in a week.
You mean sticking
when
the orbital bone mask over his face?
Take those precautions.
You mean putting an orbital bone mask over his face?
Yeah. And salute to Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie says, "Party people in the place to be. We rocking with the number one chief rocker, Mr. Freezy. Blessings to the Knicks family. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Salute to J Boogie.
So J Boogie. As for what happened on on Monday, can I just say I got a curveball thrown at me by starting Deuce at small forward?
Interesting.
I mean, think about it. The guy is more equipped to be a point guard at best, shooting guard at worst. So why did Tibbs stick him at a small forward spot?
Did it work?
Yes, but it's just something I don't think, to me, that's just a quick fix to cover up that once again, he continues to put too much of a burden on Hart to be the power forward when it should be Precious that should be getting that spot, not Hart.
But it worked though, right?
Yes, but again, it's a short-term fix.
Right. The short-term fix there was first Deuce didn't play small forward.
Oh.
He started, but the Knicks ran a 3-guard lineup.
Oh.
Right, against a small Golden State team that plays Draymond Green a lot of minutes at center. So they just went with a 3-guard lineup. And I think also, before we get back onto this thing, but I think also he was just taking it one game at a time. Instead of thinking about the future, he's thinking about the present. So against that team, he did it. We're not for sure if we'll see that same look against Denver, though.
Personally, I'm not sure if we should go with that look. We're going up against monsters with the Nuggets.
Right.
I mean, you've got Barton. You've got the Joker. You've got Murray. You've got KCP.
Right. Yeah. No, the thing is I think Tibbs has been doing an outstanding job of coaching thus far. I'm not even going to criticize Tom Thibodeau for anything at this point. I mean, the mere fact that most teams missing their entire front court for more than 20 games, most of those teams end up in the lottery. Most of those teams are tanking, packing it in, and just canceling their season, so to speak. Because, it's hard for a team to win with 3/5 of your starting lineup out due to injury.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that Tom Thibodeau has just kept this thing afloat, and as a matter of fact, not only just keeping it afloat. Let me revise that. Not just keeping it afloat, but the fact that the team is winning. Right, the team is 5-1 in its last 6 games.
And
so the fact that Tom Thibodeau appears to be pressing the right buttons.
Yeah, but right now where it sits, at worst, this team will finish 500 on the dot.
You said not right now we're in 6th?
No, I said at worst, this team will finish at 500 on the dot. Hold on, hold on.
All right. Justo 11. Thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says the Nuggets team almost lost a 15-point lead with Garza and Slow-Mo. Knicks sweep the West Coast tour for show. Appreciate you, Justo. And listen, if this is your first time watching the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, come in and join the conversation. We want y'all to join the conversation. Give us your input. Whether we agree with you or not, come in and rock with us. We'd love to have your opinions. Add to the conversation. Make the conversation a more robust and well-rounded conversation. All right. Mets got the telephone call. Mets is back. All right. So why do you feel that way about the Knicks being a 500 team or best? Can you describe that?
I said at worst.
Or at worst, it's the same thing. If 500, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean, considering how in this backstretch we've been getting pummeled and bitten by injuries. Randall's been out for almost 25 games. Mitch has been out for what has it been now? 40, 50 games?
40 games. Yeah.
And OG has missed the better part of the last 16 to 20 or so.
Right.
you gotta wonder how much longer can this team hold it together with those injuries. Sure, Mitch may be coming back within the end of the week at best.
Right.
But you got to put him on a minutes restriction given his glass cannon status.
Okay.
And Randall, with him, I think they're just pushing the goalpost back.
Possibly. I don't understand the point though. Are you saying that? Are you saying that Tom Thibodeau is not doing a good job coaching while those guys are out? Or are you saying that the Knicks should protect those guys even more to ensure they come back healthy?
It's more of the latter.
Okay. So starting Deuce then being an option, maybe one of the options you agree with, since you agreed with the latter, just protect the injured players to ensure that they come back 100%. And then that way, Tom Thibodeau is being more flexible with his lineups to ensure that he doesn't rush guys back and get them re-injured, kind of in the vein of an OG Anunoby.
Right.
Okay.
But still, the trade-off is we're not going to see a lot of garbage time minutes for guys like Shake Milton, that guy Kate or whatever his name is, forward they signed recently to a short-term deal.
Right.
Because we're not going to get games where we're going to get to those big leads or get blown out like that often. And even in the latter case, how often did Tin Man Tibby bring in the junk players? Almost never.
Yeah, I think I think you may be overstating the garbage time minutes thing. And here's why. And I'm saying it respectfully. When you have a team like the Knicks that have so many players out due to injury, playing against teams that are healthy, that are playing for playoff positioning, I don't think the unhealthy Knicks team that has limited talent anyway, playing against healthy teams, really have the
Salute, Boulevard.
Good morning. Hey, what's up, Mets? Good morning, Freezy. What up, Mets? How you doing, man? Good morning, Freezy. What up, chat?
Good afternoon. Yeah, man.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, man. It's been a long 48. What's going on, y'all, man?
Yeah, man. Them first 48, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Recovery.
Recovery, right.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm on recovery, man. But Mets, man, I agree with you, man. How long can the team hold up? But at the end of the day, I think we're gonna be okay, man, for real.
Yeah, so Justo 11. Thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says, Mets, would you and other fans prefer a play-in situation or top 2 to 4th spot with the starters on the way? Gotta pick a side. Both aren't pretty. Okay, all right. I see you. Just Knicks. Thank you for the generous contribution. Just Knicks asked a question. Do we still reach 50 wins without OG and Randall? All of these are great questions. I say yes.
I say yes too. Mm-hmm.
I say yes. We'll reach 50 games, and the reason why I say we'll reach 50 games is because we get Chicago 3 times at the end of the season. We get Brooklyn, San Antonio, and another.
We don't play Washington no more, right?
No, I think it's Detroit. We play one more time.
Detroit, yeah, Detroit. Yep.
I think
there you go.
it's Detroit. It may or may not be Detroit, but it's a team in that realm, right? And so as we sit today, the Knicks today are at 41 wins. So if in those 6 games, if we win 4 or 5 out of those 6 games, then I think we can get 3 or 4 out of the remaining schedule, out of the other 8 games.
Yeah, we should touch a 50 burger.
Yeah, I think it's highly likely we can do that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna touch a 50 burger.
And to Justo's question, would you prefer a play-in situation, the top 4 seed? We know what the answer: top 2 to 4 top seed spot with the starters on the way. I think we already know what we would prefer there. Thank you guys for being major contributors to the show, man, with your questions and all of that. Thank y'all for being key contributors to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
salute, Allah salute. Peace,
yeah,
Allah
salute to the Saint, Allah wise.
Wiz, everybody, Justo, what up? I mean, just Nick, what
in
up?
the building.
JJ,
Salute.
Danny L, what's going on, yo? Kerry, my man. Peace, salute.
Salute to the son of the legend, Kerry Cox. I can't even imagine carrying that burden. What if you, man, if man, I can't, bro. Imagine your pops is that famous. Your pops is a legend,
Word.
right? And you walk around carrying that burden of being like the son of the legend, man. That's a
lot of weight on your shoulders, homeboy.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, salute.
What happened to Mets? Oh, he left? Okay.
Yeah, he backstage. I think he's doing something backstage. So
okay.
Yeah.
No, but I think you know what, for the most part, Freezy, like we were saying earlier this morning, I think the Knicks are gonna be okay, man. We gonna be all right, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay. I think Julius is gonna come along, and I think Mitch is gonna come along. And we gonna be solid as a rock, like Asher and Simpson.
Right.
Word.
Yeah, I think we'd be all right. JJ is in the building. Salute. Hey, JJ, they thinking the Mets are gonna be a wild card team, bro. Yeah, them damn Yankees.
I don't know what hey.
Easy, right? Easy, back it up. Easy, back it up.
Easy, back it up. Let me begin. Who said that? Easy, back it up. Let me begin. Oh man. Hold up.
Yeah.
Easy, back it up.
I don't want to blame Tibbs, bro. I'm not a Tibbs hater. Right now,
yes,
I'm not gonna lie. Historically, I could be overly critical of Tom Thibodeau, bro. You know me, right? But it's not. I'm not overly critical of him as a person, so to speak. Like I don't have a personal axe to grind against Tibbs.
So
right?
figure, yeah.
It's more like he's doing something we feel like is outdated, and we can see it from where we are. Right. That's when we're and listen, and full disclosure, as a fan, I think that's our job. I think that's our job.
There you go.
I think I'm one of the better ones at doing it.
Right. But yeah, I mean,
okay.
What I'll say is when the man messes up and it's clear and apparent, you know, anybody can be criticized, bro. People criticize me all the time. I just take it in stride just rock with it, right? You know, it's part of it. When you're in a profile spot, people are going to have their opinions. It's what it is, right? And I think Tom Thibodeau takes it like that too. At the same time, I think if we look back, you know how they say hindsight is 20/20. When we look at some of the decisions that Tom Thibodeau made, I think he was probably right on a lot of the things that we criticized him about. And I'll point out one thing for an example. Cam Reddish. When you look back at it, you remember how we were pounding the table? Yo, play Cam Reddish.
I wasn't one of those asking to play Reddish. I was like suspicious because of what we coughed up to get him. coupled with the fact that we got a piece we were never going to use because it was injured in Solomon Hill in that trade.
Yep.
I was like, okay, not the worst thing we could get at the deadline, but still, I thought we could do better than that. And why does something tell me we're not going to play this guy very much, if at all? Sure enough, Tibbs and I were on the same wavelength. I don't blame him for benching him.
Right. Yeah.
We got him.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Portland and then later Los Angeles.
Yeah, and he didn't play in either spot, or he showed something up front and didn't do anything after that. Cam Reddish is just not a quality NBA player, right?
Right.
It's just one of those things, right? And another thing that we tried to figure out, Kevin Knox. When he wouldn't play Kevin Knox, I was highly frustrated that he wouldn't play Kevin Knox when we needed 3-point shooting, right? Because of Kevin Knox's defense at small forward. And then he played Evan Fournier, and now he's playing Bogdanovich.
To be fair with the Knox thing, was that piece that Tibbs wanted in the lineup? No. Was it a piece he had to deal with? Yes. And once the 2021 deadline came about, they shipped him out. Smart move. And besides, that wasn't even in a piece Tibbs wanted initially. That was part of the Tibbs thing initially. That was thrown on the Fizdale when he showed up, and he couldn't do anything with him either.
Yeah. The point I'm making is when Tibbs was making that decision in real time, he was criticized by a lot of the Knicks fan base. It was my point. When he was, I'm not saying today when you look back on it. I'm saying in real time we criticized Tibbs for not playing Kevin Knox.
I didn't really criticize him much for not playing Knox. I mean, I didn't even like the pick when we first got Knox.
Salute, Cowboy.
Man, I gotta do better with this stuff. Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, man, I'm still working on the intro, man. Y'all be patient with me with the intros. What it is YouTube. When I go to the YouTube library to pick out songs, what they do is they let me go in and use these selectors to filter through certain songs or whatever, and then when I go through and play them, I get a different message, right? Like there's a I think it was an ASAP Rocky song. I was gonna change Bully's intro to ASAP Rocky, and they want to charge me $19.99 every time I play it.
How much were they charging every time you tried to play mine?
$4.99.
Yeah.
Every time
hold on. So every time you put out intros in, you got to pay for it?
No, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. Y'all cut me off.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I'm only gonna play free intros because we can't afford to pay for nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Because think about it. In order for me, like if your intro was $20, I'd be like, Bully, listen, your intro was $20. You got to pay me $20 every time your intro come on, right? And then you might be on like 4 or 5 times a week. Do you want to pay $100 a week just to have your intro played?
Nah,
Hell no.
Hell no. I'm gonna meet with
that.
I'll send you that.
Same thing with Mets. If Mets' intro is $4.99, I mean the channel can't pay for it because we'll go in the hole. And so it wouldn't be fair to say, Mets, listen, I got to charge you $25 a week just so your intro be played every time that you come on, right?
That's
so
crazy.
we don't do all of that. We don't want to do all of that stuff. I'm trying to find free intros that we can play so that we can get the same feel for it. But you got to go through and get the intro that matches somebody's personality, right? Like when I played Cowboy Bob's intro just now, it charged me $0.00.
That's perfect.
Good.
$3.99.
Yeah, yeah,
$3.99. That's right.
and so that's the reason why it's taking me a little bit to get the intros, and then plus I got other stuff. Y'all know the vibe. So just bear with me while we go through and try to figure out a solution for it. So
DSJ, make us a song. King Ribby, make us a song. J Boogie, make us a song. Kelly, make us a song, kid.
yeah,
Word.
man. Yeah, man. Rel is in the building. Salute, Rel.
Salute, Rel. Peace.
Yeah, so salute to my guy Rel, man. Their channel is blazing, bro. Yeah, I love their channel, bro. But the thing is, Rel, you can't keep putting up King Kai's house for every. Rel is like, yo, I'm willing to put up King Kai's house for this.
What? You're gonna get suckered. Someone's gonna take that deal, and you're gonna end up getting a lemon and be homeless.
Especially if you have to suffer through King Kai's corny jokes.
Oh,
right.
Mets.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the intro thing, right? But as far as in terms of us though, when it comes to the critiques of Tom Thibodeau, some of them are fair, some of them are not, right? Because the reason why I say some of them are not is because things happen inside the locker room that we don't have. We're not privileged to see or hear or be told about. And so sometimes those Tom Thibodeau decisions are really organizational decisions. And so you just got to go with what the organization tell you. You know what I mean? And it's part of it. Sure, is he the face of the organization? Yes. So when they make an organizational decision and you see him implement a certain thing, we might be blaming Tibbs when it's the organization making a decision. But so what? You know what I'm saying? He chose to take that job. He just have to deal with it.
Kind of like how it's weird for Tic Tac to make these kinds of Tic Tacs.
Wow. Sprite, bro.
Don't ask.
Sprite Tic Tacs? Nah, sir. Nah, Cypher.
But you know what, though? It's crazy how Tibbs gets the blame, but if you look at any other organization, it's rarely that the coach does get the blame. Like San Antonio, you look at San Antonio with Pop, they kept him for a while, and everyone's like, oh, the organization. They stayed in tune-in connection, and I agree with you on that. A lot of the decisions that they make, sometimes Tibbs don't want to get rid of certain players, and they do it for him. So, like trimming all the fat and actually getting him OG, we don't know if he actually wanted RJ because he was playing RJ every chance he got. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things we really don't know the truth of. It's all off of speculation.
That's true.
But when it comes to Tibbs, I gotta say his rotations and his involvement, you don't see it because you're only seeing him standing and walking back and forth. So basically, you don't know what they're doing in practices to where Tibbs is running everything he wants and going over with the players or what they need to do to where he believes in the organization enough to where all he can do is just stand there and make sure that his guys are getting the calls, make sure that, you know, that everyone's involved. So for me, it's like Tibbs has to be the head because you see him out there battling with the refs and being involved. But I don't think he has as much authority as everyone's been giving him. I think he's just a man that's management that's working with what he got, and he's doing a good job.
I could see that. I mean, when you look at the teams, I mean, you mentioned the Spurs earlier, Cowboy Bob. There's a reason that Poppy doesn't get cast as a scapegoat. He's a legacy piece. He's been a coach that's been there since, 96, 97, led the team to 5 world titles, most of them with the big fundamental, most of them, not all of them, with the big fundamental Tim Duncan. The guy is a man who's known the system inside out for almost 3 decades. Getting rid of him now could end up causing Spur culture to collapse. On the other hand, when you look at people like Frank Vogel with the Suns, Darvin Ham with the Lakers, etc., and other short coaches that seem like all talk and no brains, you see the negative effects with those teams, and they justifiably get cast as scapegoats.
Good point. Good point, Matt.
Yeah.
With Pop, man, I think Pop Like Soul Figure is in the chat saying right now he got control of who comes and goes. And whatnot. He's the brain trust of the whole situation. Tibbs, to what Mess is saying, I think he's absolutely right. He's in control of whatever. No, not. I'm not gonna say he's in control, but whoever comes and goes is management, and he's just gonna work with what he got. I mean, you and Messin and Bob is right. Yeah, for facts. Hmm.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But and so the Tom Thibodeau thing, I think is fans. I think what
Mm-hmm.
we should be interested is the final result. Right.
Yes.
Right. So think about it. How Tibbs makes the sausage is not as important as what the
Pause.
sausage tastes like. Right.
Pause.
Well, I got an idea for one. Try making one out of rabbit meat and stuffing it with bell peppers.
Right. Yeah. I'm saying it's like watching Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Make the sausage every night is not as important because if I told you in what is it going to be like 3 weeks, in about 4 weeks or so,
Mm-hmm.
14 games. If I told you at the end of 14 games, the Knicks would be 53 and whatever.
29.
Yeah, 50. If I told you the Knicks were 53 and 29 and then over the next 4 weeks at the end of the season, would you care about how he got there?
Nope.
Or would you accept the 53 and 29?
I would accept.
They would accept it.
Yeah,
because it's done with. It's like
now, if I told you 53 and 29, and we had traded for OG Anunoby during the summer, as opposed to at the end of December, right? You'd be like, nah, 53 and 29 might not be what we expect because with the addition of OG Anunoby, you would expect this to be a 55 to 57 win team, and for us to be 53 and 29, we have a different issue, right?
Mhm.
But right now,
Mhm.
seeing this Knicks team is 41 and whatever it is,
27.
27.
41 and 27, and the rest of the way, if the Knicks go 12-2, the rest of the way, we wouldn't even be having a Tom Thibodeau conversation in that respect. The Tom Thibodeau conversation would be more like, yo, he
Coach
did
of the
the
year.
most. He did the most with the least. He should be coach of the year.
And
His front court missed. His front court together missed
Mhm.
1/3 of the season. His center missed 50 games. His
Mhm.
all-star power forward missed 40 games, and OG Anunoby missed 25 games. We would say our season is over.
True.
Facts.
Facts.
So
But-
go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say it's as great as this is the negativity we get as Knicks fans. Because as great as Tibbs is, and we've sat here and said the rotations, every game we've criticized Tibbs on certain things. And he's made the adjustments, and we as Knicks fans, we see the changes. But when you look outside of the league, let's be real. When look at the Bucks, look at Boston. Those guys have better chances of winning Coaching of the Year, even though Doc Rivers just got in mid-season. And even if you look at the Celtics, because they have the best league in the record, it has to go to them for Coach of the Year. And most likely they're going to get some other awards as well. But if you really look at what Coach of the Year is, Tibbs is that. And he's not getting credit from the league, but he's not even getting
Exactly.
credit from us as
From
well.
the media. Yep.
Nobody's going to
Exactly.
give him the respect unless it's us. That's why we are so detailed with what we say about Tibbs. And Tibbs
Mhm.
should be Coach of the Year because how do you go from a 14-2 run with your best squad out? You guys improved during the regular season and improved to the greatest schedule of 14-2 that you guys have. Lose your guys and still contend to be maybe 2 or 3 games under 500 without them. That's very
Mhm.
hard to do as a coach and to have the players that meet those talent and skills and make the adjustment. But Tibbs will be overlooked this year for Coach of the Year. Why? Because the Knicks didn't start off, like you said, with OG in the beginning of the season with 55 wins. And, I think if we had done this earlier, yeah, he would be in better contentions. But he's going to get overlooked this year for Coach of the Year, even
far
I
though
agree
he
with you.
should be in there.
As far
I
as
agree
I'm
with you.
concerned with the way this team's win record has been in flux as of late, coupled with how we're being fluxed left and right with injuries, I'd say at best we get around 47 to 49 wins, same total or a little more than what we got last year. Would you agree with that, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. I honestly, to tell you the truth, with the trades, I still think from the beginning of the season, I thought this was a 50 to 55 win team. But the trades they made was something I never even expected, and it actually still looks like a 50 win team. So for me right now, everything that's going for the Knicks is clicking, but we're gonna get overlooked because of Boston. Everybody's more about the idle child of Boston, but in the last 6 years, Boston hasn't made a turnover like we have. When they had that old coach from the college days, I forgot his name, Brad. I forget that kid that used to come in with the sneakers. He was dope. I liked him. That coach
Brad
that came from
Stevens.
Brad Stevens. He came in, changed the aura, and made them a winning culture. And they haven't even won anything, and they just threw him to the side. But they're still feeding off of his success. So for me right now, Tibbs, he cleaned out everything. He was the man in the gutter that was in the sewer cleaning out the whole sewer system. Now that the city's getting cleaner water, they're not even looking, like Unc said, how the sausage was prepared or how the service was done. They're just like, yeah, this is what we expect. But the whole time they overlooked what we were doing. And even Brunson stepping up from being a superstar into a megastar role, that's coaching. Him and the coach has to be on the same page. Same thing with Hart. Look at these. Josh Hart is not an NBA player. I love Josh Hart, but what he brings.
Yeah, see, you blacked out at the right time.
The Matrix got him.
In my view, the way I see it, I do agree that Tibbs is going to get overlooked for Joe Mazzulla. But when you look at what Mazzulla's done with Boston, it's borderline incredible. This is his first full year as the C's head coach, right? Since he basically came in, he was basically interim at the end of last year.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Yo, I'm gonna step off real quick. I gotta do something for Grandma. I'm gonna be right back with y'all. All right. I'm gonna do something
I'm not
real
gonna
quick.
lie. Boston is a beast. This is the beast this year that everyone needs to metaphorically kill, not literally kill. But how do you take this team down when it's got pieces like Jaylen Brown, Chris Middleton, Kristaps Porzingis, Jason Tatum, an old codger like Al Horford, and so forth? This is
Pressure.
And who?
Pressure. You put pressure on those guys. You don't let them get into their flow. You give them like what Tibbs been doing, rotation, switches, different types of looks throughout the game, and let them battle for each point. Because at the end of the day, whether they miss a contested shot or a wide open shot, they still miss. You have to take advantage of those. And for me, it's easier to do it to Brown, and it's easy to do it to Porzingis. Tatum, I don't know. He even him, I'm giving him credit because he's playing better defense this year. But nobody even gives him that respect.
And then you got, and like I said, you've got the wise old vet in Horford. How do you compensate for him?
Right. Hey, let me just real quick before we get out of here. I just wanted to talk to Cowboy Bob about Josh Hart not being an NBA player. That's wild, bro.
Not like that. What I'm trying to say is
I never heard anybody say anything crazy like that.
What I'm saying is for the most part, when you look at NBA players today, Josh Hart is the type of guy that would be overlooked because they're like, oh, he's a dirty work guy. Not too many of those guys are actually given an opportunity.
So you mean he's not an NBA star?
Yes, like NBA stars, you know,
because not being an NBA player, bro.
Yeah, no, he's an NBA player. I misspoke. I apologize if that's what I said. He's not an all-star, but because given opportunity and coaching, he's looking like an all-star because of the minutes he's putting in, how he's contributing. That's what I meant to say. I didn't mean he's not an NBA player. I apologize, Josh Hart. But you're not an all-star, but you're playing like one due to coaching, minutes, and how you stepped up. I don't think it's sustainable, but I'm impressed, and I'm saying thank you. He won't get credit for that.
Right. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to get out of here. We got the Big Boss Man Roundtable coming up next. It was already scheduled. My schedule was kind of behind time. So thank you, everybody, for rocking. Justin says Tibbs isn't a likable person in casual fans' eyes. He pushed players to the max and doesn't cuddle guys. But we're seeing the best years of all our starters, and he doesn't get credit for that. Coach of the year. Him. On that note, thank you for that too, Justo11. We out of here, y'all. Peace.